6:52, welcome back to the show. In many communities with public transportation, the question of how to fund it plagues municipalities. Richland County is no different. Every year, the quandary of keeping the buses rolling while not overly burdening residents with taxes and business is an annual discussion. Now, next Tuesday, voters in the county will have the opportunity to let their voices be heard on what's being called a penny tax, essentially assessing 1 penny for every dollar spent in the county. Now, this morning, we're joined by Jim Manning from the Citizens for Greater Midlands, who believe the penny tax is a way to fund buses, repair roads, and create over 16,000 jobs. Michael Letts, however, believes the tax is going to put the county at an unfair disadvantage with higher tax rates and will cost the local economy billions of dollars. Gentlemen, good morning.
Good morning.
So a penny tax, I mean, the bottom line is it's a 1% tax, an additional 1% from the 7% that the other counties around, 1% tax on top of that, effectively creating 8%, correct?
That's correct.
It actually, that's somewhat of a misnomer because it's an additional penny. It's actually a 14% tax increase on the public. And this is one of the largest tax increase in Richland County history. It's over $1 billion.
Michael, all right, then since you kind of jumped in, how do you say no to the creation of 16,500 jobs? That's
it's interesting when you look at that economic report from Dr. Miley. You know, the jobs that it's talking about are temporary jobs, A. And B, a lot of that is speculative, based on opening up the property in Lower Richland off of Shop Road. Amazing how they're planning on opening that property when there's not even water or sewers not even available in that area yet.
Right.
So all this is very speculative. And the question is it worth hundreds of tax dollars additionally paid by the citizens of Richland County every year on a speculative deal? What they don't tell us is we're going to create jobs over the next 22 years. You know, when you average out 16,000 jobs over 22 years, that's not a whole lot of jobs every year. This area, this economy is going to generate jobs regardless of whether the penny sales tax passes or not. So to try to base it on that really is a misnomer.
Jim?
Well, that's just one piece of it. And indeed it is $1 billion investment in our community that covers not just those jobs that the report talks about, but also transportation,
right,
the bus service to serve our 6,800 bus riders and to increase that through much better service, the widening of roads, intersections, safe places for pedestrians and bicyclists. So the money's not just about creating those jobs, although that is very important, and many of the temporary jobs can turn into permanent jobs.
Now, you mentioned the billion or so dollars over the years it's going to be assessed by that. That's $1 billion out of taxpayers' pockets. That's going to be $1 billion out of the economy. How do you answer that? The billion is going to go into the infrastructure. It's going to go into the buses, which we need, definitely. You know, he's going to go into the road repairs, which we need. We drive on them. Certainly can't argue that. But you're looking at $1 billion that isn't going to be in the local economy, or are you suggesting that it's going to still be swirling around just a different channel?
Oh, that's exactly what it is. It's swirling around. And one of the very exciting things about it is that it's estimated by studies that 40% of this will come from folks that are not residents of Richland County.
You know, that 40% though has never been documented. That's a nebulous term. And where they're getting that from is they're assuming that people come from outside of the county to pay more for their dollars, when actually the reverse will happen.
Now that's not, Michael, you know that's not accurate.
That is very accurate.
Dr. Miley documented it in a study, and it's online and available
also,
to citizens
Dr. Miley
to read.
took from that same study, but we failed to mention that in that same study it continually talks about an additional penny sales tax will result in the loss of retail sales and the loss of business in the county that implements it. That's a known fact, and that's not reported.
But not in a significant way.
14% is a huge significant way, Jim. I don't know what significant is to you, but that's very significant to us.
It's not that level of loss.
Okay, a quick question. We have put the question up on our Facebook page today. You know, questions whether you support the tax or not, whether you're going to vote for it or you believe it's good. And we do have a viewer comment today in question, and the question is from Judith: don't we already pay for the bus service in our property tax? So is this a redundant tax, I think is what she's asking.
No, because that's not paid for in the property tax. It's funded through other mechanisms, both with the city and the county putting in, but it's not through property taxes.
Okay.
It is, though, from a tax fee on our vehicles. There is an additional tax fee that is done for that, Jim. And it may not be particularly the property, the residency, but we are continuing to pay that via personal property tax every year.
All right, guys, we're going to hang on. We're going to take a break and come back with more to talk about this. We want to learn a little more just about the law and how it's going to be assessed, or the tax anyway, 1% or penny versus a 14. I want to find out kind of the difference. And certainly, if you've got a question or comment, you can log on to our Facebook page. It's Facebook/WatchFox. Post it up there, and the gentleman will answer it for us.